Good morning, family. This is Ricky, and welcome to Hope for Today. I am hyena happy. I am peacock proud for what Jesus did in our hearts last night at In the Word. Were you there? Did you hear what the Lord did last night when we were talking about what it means to have peace, even in the midst of tumultuous times? Hey, if you didn't see In the Word last night, go ahead and meet us on Facebook Live, where you can watch the entire recording. It was truly a blessing, plowing into God's Word for together. Well, I got a Devo to do, so go ahead, let me do it. I'm going to read a passage out of Proverbs chapter 5. It goes this way. Drink water from your own cistern, flowing water from your own well. Should your springs be scattered abroad, streams of water in the streets, let them be for yourself alone, and not for strangers with you. Let your fountain be blessed and rejoice in the wife of your youth, a lovely dear, graceful doe. Let her breasts, awkward, fill you at times with delight. Be intoxicated, always in her love. This is what I want you to hear. Get your nourishment from the supply Jesus gave you. Get your nourishment from the supply that Jesus gave you. Now, you guys know I love to talk about food. I've always struggled with it, as you can see. I don't like food. I love food. I think about food. I dream about food. I imagine what food I'm going to be eating. It's a thing. It's a thing. But here's the thing. Not everything that I can eat is good for me. Did you hear what I'm saying? And now that I'm 43, I notice that if I have too much pizza and too many nachos and too much cake, that something starts to happen, right? And my body starts to react. I'm not as clear. I'm not as strong. I'm not as flexible. I have more aches and pains. But I also notice that when I eat the stuff that God tells me to eat, you know what I'm going, kale, broccoli, grilled chicken, organic beef, and everything else I'm supposed to be doing, my body responds with strength and clarity and vigor. I hope you get what I'm trying to say. You are what you eat. Now, in Proverbs chapter 5 here, the application is marriage. The chief application is marriage. In other words, God has supplied you with this spouse, okay? And so for the fulfillment that you need out of a spouse, go only to that relationship that God has supplied for you, and God will give you the power to do that. But it's not just an application for marriage, it's an application for all of us, because principally what God is saying is, I have provided for you. Trust that what I have provided for you is more than enough, and honor me by being steadfast and faithful to what I have provided for you, because that is where the health is. That is where the peace is. That is where the blessing is. That is where the joy is. And I found too often in my life is that when I step outside of God's provision and try to provide for myself, it usually ends in spiritual downfalls in my life. So if you're married today, what does it look like to go to your own cistern? In your financial life, what does it look like to trust in your own cistern that God has supplied for you? In your spiritual walk, what does it look like to trust in what God has provided as opposed to anyone or anything else? You get nourished by God's supply for your life. That's Hope for Today. I'll see you next time.